Another story. I caught this one when you put this in.
So,
I didn't even see this one.
yeah.
You showed me this one, and I'm not surprised. He looked like he been wanting to do this for a while.
When he finally got the right time
There's
to
enough
do it.
because of the Israel-Hamas situation. There's enough
Backing
backing publicly to where you can speak out against certain things
Israel
and you won't be
and
automatically.
Hamas.
Yeah. So Louis Farrakhan sues Anti-Defamation League for almost $5 billion for claims of anti-Semitism. The Nation of Islam leader claims the civil rights group is interfering with its First Amendment rights.
Yeah.
They have completely controlled his image publicly.
I mean,
It is
I'm
defamed
sure
him.
it has prevented him from doing things,
Certain speeches and stuff.
elevating his ministry.
I'm sure he's been banned from certain places.
So I agree.
Nation of Islam leader Minister Louis Farrakhan has filed a $5 billion lawsuit against the Anti-Defamation League for falsely characterizing him as an anti-Semite. The claim is filed in Manhattan federal court, accusing the civil rights group of interfering with the First Amendment rights.
Wow.
The lawsuit is ensure that abuse, misuse, and false use of the term anti-Semite and anti-Semitic and anti-Semitism are falsely charged by the ADL is permanently barred from being a tool to defame Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam and stifle the exercise of constitutional rights, the claim reads. In the suit, Farrakhan said that the Anti-Defamation League is an un-American organization and has woven itself into the fabric of both the United States government in general and into the local governments within America, in particular to advance interests that of an un-American to the extent that it tramples upon the constitutional rights of Minister Farrakhan and American citizens. Additionally, he claimed that he has never harmed a hair on the head of any Jewish person or even advocated for such, and boasted that he honors, respects, and even admires many members of the Jewish community, including the boyhood idol, one of the greatest violinists, I'm not saying their name, who was a Russian Jew and owned Jewish violin teacher.
He's saying they're impeding and restricting his First Amendment.
And we'll see how far this get for him. He's suing them. I don't know.
That's a start, I suppose.
He's going against some people that can, defend themselves against a lawsuit. I promise you that.
Oh, Honorable Sienna said, black men love to run their mouth.
They mouth.
Travis never liked the Boondocks and don't know about real black music.
Oh, man.
Okay. Did any of you listen to Ashir the Duke of Tears Moorish-oriented podcast? No, I'll check it out.
I haven't heard that one.
Happy Scorpion birthday, Gregory. Dishonorable, you're not welcome. Go run, tell Shabazz. That she talking about me. Light bright, about not liking watermelon.
Wow.
This some shit. Wow, I did. Never no more. I would not be in the middle no more. Dishonorable disown, can't stand hot garbage or imitation crab. R.I.P. to Khalid.
Yeah, rest in peace, Khalid Muhammad. Rest in peace to him.
The discretion is back at it again. Why wait this long? I believe he was working with them to take our community
to make our community look bad. Let me say this right quick.
She called him minister.
Let me say that there are some people that have been. Would you say that Louis Farrakhan was placed in front of us?
Duke of Tears, Moorish.
Listen, do you believe that Louis Farrakhan was placed in front of us, or do you think he organically became somebody who had a lot of influence over our community?
Minister Louis Farrakhan is once again an orator. He gives off a great speech, but I believe that he is a boule.
No, I'm saying, do you think he was placed there, or you think
he was
organic?
Placed. I don't think he was organic.
Well, you think the Nation of Islam is not a true organic movement? You think that was somebody?
I think Khalid
Muhammad.
Khalid Muhammad is. I think he was organic. He was
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X maybe so, but Farrakhan, even though he puts on great performance, speeches wise, and gets you energized, I just
can't think that he's actually.
I mean, his father is not black.
What is his father?
Minister Louis Farrakhan is from the Caribbean. He's not black American.
What is his father?
I think his father is Caucasian, isn't he? Or some mixture. He's not.
I thought the
black.
dude who led the Nation of Islam, the one who master teacher, was Caucasian.
Wallace.
I didn't know he was his father.
Wallace. Oh, Wallace. That Wallace dude is Australian.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Regina, somebody pointed that out. He is Australian because I said I've heard that he was Middle Eastern, but he's Australian. An Australian white man.
Oh, well.
He's not he's not from the grassroots. Louis is zaddy
Louis Zaddy is
white. Yeah. Louis is a Freemason. Louis is a controlled opposition.
Oh, that's my point about the mate. There are
Uh,
some people in our community. That's why I asked the question: do y'all think that he is somebody who's organic, grassroots, or do you think he's somebody who is placed to be a leader in our community,
Shout
or at
out.
least a person with influence? Go ahead.
The minister is placed in front of us, and he has Jewish ties, and I agree he's boule.
Okay. So
Shout out to Stone.
Oh, what up? What up? What up?
Do you believe that Farrakhan was complicit in the death of Malcolm X?
Yes.
As some have said.
I believe so. Well, no, I can't say that.
I'm not going to say that.
Let me step back. I'm not going to say he directly had influence on it, but I think he knows who. I think he knows it. I think he knows exactly what happened. I think he knows when the hit was put out. I think he knew why. I think he knows why.
So he sold out Malcolm X. So you tell me.
Yeah. So, but I'm about to ask the question. I asked that question because it reminded me a lot of and I don't want to bring him up. Rest in peace, Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory was a person who, if you're my age, you didn't know Dick Gregory when he was 20, 30, whatever. So I didn't know about his youth and his beliefs and his past. I only knew him as the old man who was talking shit to people about black stuff.
Yep.
As I went back and watched, I saw that he was a feminist. He used to run around and do all this extra stuff. He was for all these other rights. And like a lot of these people back then who, especially black people who gained a platform in politics, a lot of them came through Playboy. What was his name? The leader of Playboy?
Hugh Hefner?
Hugh Hefner. A lot of them got platforms through Hugh Hefner or Johnny Carson. The comedians usually went through Johnny Carson, and our political leaders went through Playboy or Hugh Hefner.
Shout out to Poppy.
What up? What up?
Shelly, is Farrakhan a tether? Damn, yes, he's a tether. He's half tethered at that.
Yeah.
Regina, the minister practically implies that he is without actually full saying. He's in a video I watched unless I was doctored. Minister Louis Farrakhan was born on May 11, 1933 in the Bronx, New York, to Sarah May and Perville Clark White. He was born Louis Eugene Wolcott, but later adopted the surname Farrakhan. Google search. DC was a Mason too. Is Farrakhan a tether? Yes, he is. Can't trust black man who followed that NOI nonsense. I took them out of the politics and harmed our community.
Hold on, pause for a second. This. I'm glad you said that. So when I brought up Dick Gregory, and I'm going to finish this up. Dick Gregory is somebody who said a lot of truth, but he would mix it in with sometimes with stuff that's not true. What they would call now misinformation or disinformation. He would purposely mix truth and the other bullshit. It's caused confusion.
Well, you have to kind of look at Dick Gregory kind of side-eyed because you remember he used to perform in front of white crowds. And
that's what I said. He got a lot of those people came through white people. Yeah. A lot of them. So then I look at Farrakhan. I say, well, he says a lot of stuff that's real, but he also says some stuff if you listen to his speeches that's a little off sometimes.
Oh, you talking about?
I'm just saying.
Farrakhan, after he said that Trump thing, he had to be packed up.
Yeah, he
dishonorable love the white man money and the white man Google. If Dr. Umar was here, he would dishonorably disown you just so
fake.
Fucking fake. It's like community invested. Check that. Flopped. Omissions of lies and half truths.
Oh, and Dick was another goofy. Back to Honorable's comment.
Last one, Deacon.
Yeah, back to Honorable's comment about NOI. Now, the reason I'm tying this up, Dick Gregory said some truth, but he might have mixed in misinformation. So was he a positive? Farrakhan says some truth, but he might say some disinformation. Is he a positive? The NOI, regardless of what you think about it, there are people who were criminals, hardcore criminals, that turned into somebody who was a lot more productive to the community when they joined the Nation of Islam. They went from street gangbangers, pimps, drug dealers, joined this group, and it changed them. Is that not positive?
That's positive, but you're mixing in lies with truth.
I'm not talking about their messaging. I'm talking about how it impacted individuals and how that helps the entire community. Is that not a positive thing?
But they have them praying to. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it alone.
I'm not speaking on the messages, their beliefs. I'm talking about the impact on individuals.
I was gonna say that, Regina. That's the fucking point of control opposition, fool. The minister grandpa is Portuguese,
Spanish.
Jewish. I was gonna say he's Jewish.
It's a fake.
That's why I said it's crazy. He's Jewish. It's a lot of people that are in South America, and the Caribbeans. There are Sephardic Jews.
Yes, a lot of them in Cuba, a lot of them in Puerto Rico, a lot of Puerto Ricans.
It's fake chains like dishonorable person calling themselves honorable. Farrakhan said a lot of things that we as a community would have to stand on, only harming us. Kiefer, you're not going to agree with everything someone says 1% of the time.
That's what I'm saying.
So you're saying eat the meat and
spit out the bones. If NOI is doing something to properly do something to lift certain men out of the debauchery, degeneracy they're into, is that not a positive? Now later on, you would hope that they would their inquisitive, curious mind would make them go and read and look
get
stuff
some
up
discernment
and get truth on their own.
Yeah, true.
Like a lot of people, when they first start getting into any conscious beliefs, they go into the Kemetic stuff. They go into the Egypt and West African,
Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah, go through the Hebrew. You go through a lot of stuff before you come to a truth.
Yeah, or your truth,
or no truth.
Well, we have to say your truth.
No,
because what may you identify as truth may not be what somebody identify as truth. Like, well, I can have something that I believe and you not necessarily believe that.
But I can say truth because this has been proven as a thing in history. I can look at history and see the same things happen in every culture and every nation. So clearly, this is truth. I can see examples of this in the real flesh and writings.
Like dishonorable believing the Federal Reserve is a part of the federal government because it's federal in the title.
George.
I agree. The NOI helps brothers, but they about the bag.
That too. You know, the bean pie. We know that.
Shout out. Okay, let Minister Farrakhan sue the pants off of his fellow Jewish people, and wish you well on your lawsuit.